parents proud, if you keep that in the back of your mind, it'll motivate you daily. It'll make you want to get up daily. And it'll just change your whole perspective of how you attack life. Yes, life is hard as being a man, a Haitian man, and having that in the back of your mind, for me, it's really helped me, and it's helping me now.
To me, this is more than soccer, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think we have the motivation to win,
Yeah. It's about like, a people story, like resilience and all that. So
Exactly.
yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and just seeing all the Haitians come together and stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Hey guys, my name is Mueller. I'm a millennial. I was born in Haiti, and I just met Mike today. We're gonna chop it up real quick.
He is right. My name is Mike. I am Gen Z. I was born in the United States, and I'm happy to be here today. So Mueller, talk to me about sports. What's your background with sports?
Soccer is definitely gonna be the big one for me, right? So I grew up again, Haiti, Brazil, Argentina. Is a fan favorite for us. So I play soccer here and there, but I told me that's gonna be the main thing for me.
Okay.
What about you?
So I mean, being born in the States, my main sports, like football, basketball. I do have a little background with soccer, with us being Haitian and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, my family wanted me to play soccer growing up, but just fell more into love with football. But now that Haiti's doing their thing, I'm back into soccer.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to get on the field anytime.
Exactly. But the things for me too, I'll say this because I'm not as faithful as I like to be. I try to catch like the big events.
Okay.
For example, like the World Cup is now, gonna be a thing. Then I'm all dialed in, right? But after that, I kind of like, do my own thing. But yeah, definitely the big events for me is a must.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm a sports fanatic, so I'm tapped into everything. NFL is over, so I'm just locked into basketball, trying to learn baseball. But yeah, just getting ready for soccer, for what Haiti's about to do when they win this World Cup for us,
Man, listen, I love a good underdog, right? Story. Sure. And I don't know if you caught back in the days, 2019, when Haiti was playing with Canada for the Gold Cup. And I was there, I don't know where I was. I think I would maybe at a restaurant or just watching the game and just seeing the energy, and then everybody was just happy because I think we beat Canada 3-2.
Yeah.
That was a crazy moment. So I'm excited to just catch on to see what we're gonna do with Brazil, Morocco, and
people are already doubting us, but I think this is step one to getting our country back to where it needs to be.
Yeah. To me, this is more than soccer, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think we have the motivation to win.
Yeah. It's about like a people story, like resilience and all that. So
exactly.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and just seeing all the Haitians come together and stuff like that. Yeah, this is gonna be amazing.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Do you have your T-shirt already?
Not yet. I actually should be at the World Cup, but probably just like working there. But
yeah,
I'm gonna get that shirt soon. I ordered a flag and stuff like that.
Nice. I got me a T-shirt, but it's not like the official T-shirt. But I got me some.
Okay. I'm actually thinking of getting like the original Haitian flag, the red and black one.
Oh.
Yeah. Because people just see the regular Haitian flag, but it's not our original. I actually learned that not too long ago from my mom, but for sure.
Going way back.
Yeah, way back. Yeah.
Nice. Love it.
Yes, sir.
But what about like video games? You play video games too?
Yeah. So I mainly play football video games. So I play like Madden, a little bit of NBA 2K, but I feel like it's rigged. But I used to play FIFA a lot, especially in high school during COVID. Using all the super teams, PSG, and yeah, for sure. What about you?
Man, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know when the last time I really played, like video games. I think it was like a conscious decision because I know myself. I'm like, once I get started into it, it's hard for me to let go, and I get addicted. I was like, you know what? Let me just, just watch YouTube, do something else.
Yeah.
But I think the last game, I had again, of course, FIFA, right? What else did I have? I don't really remember, but yeah, some speed racing or something like that.
Okay.
But it's been probably years, like over 7 or 10 years.
Yeah, Sam. I haven't been on the game like like my generation is. They're on it for hours and just sitting at the screen. I was never really into that, so I just started getting into just finding ways to make time go by. Like when I'm not working, how can I not just be on YouTube and stuff like that? So that's how I really got back.
You know what? I might get into it because my brother has a PS5 now. Yeah, he's going crazy with it. So I might do it.
For sure, yeah. Me and my brother bought a PS5, but Don't even use it, yeah. So,
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good.
so I hate to tease you, but you are a millennial, so you get an old.
Man, listen, status.
Yeah, for sure, definitely reaching unk status. But do you feel like there's a time where it's like time to just hang up the video games and stuff like that, or how you feel about that?
You know what? I'll probably say, you know what, there's no time, honestly. You know, that might be, a different opinion, but to me, it's like as long as you can manage your time, right? To me, that's what it's about. Because we all need our downtime
Exactly.
to distract ourselves or, to chill sometime. Some people, it might be you get a book, you can work on your cars, you can do something else. Some people might just be video games, right? To me, I'm not really too focused on when. Like, is there, like, for example, as if you're 35, if you're like 40, right, you should drop it. To me, it's more about, can you manage your time? Is it
Exactly.
taking over your life where you cannot do what you're supposed to do in your regular life? Or if you know, if you see that those things are affecting, your day to day, then to me that's a problem. But as long as you can manage, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you. The main word that comes to mind is just a reset. When we think about the weekends, when we're off on work and stuff like that, how can I calm myself down? And people use video games,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it doesn't matter the age.
Yeah.
If that's your way to reset, but like you said, just being very vigilant with
Yeah.
time and not letting it take up too much of your time, because
Yeah.
you'll see people in the game for hours,
Yeah.
forgetting to go shower and
Exactly.
take care of themselves, and it's like, all right, now we're reaching the extreme.
I think the bad connotation, because when you say that, I'm thinking, somebody's in their mama's basement playing video
Yes,
games, right? I
literally.
think that's the idea that people have in
Exactly.
mind, and that's kind of give it a bad connotation. But once you get let go of that idea, and as you say, like, you can manage and reset.
Why
To
not,
me, I
right?
think we're good.
For sure,
We're good.
yeah. Yep.
Well, since you mentioned that you play video games, right? So my question is, how do your parents see you, playing video games, right?
I mean, so I actually got into video games pretty late. My parents weren't too fond of it, being around the TV and stuff for that long and being on it late. So eventually, when I did get to it, I was happy that they finally let me get to it. But
Yeah.
they weren't too fond of it because it just took up time.
Yeah.
And they were never hesitant to take it away. If the teacher called home or bad grades was getting taken away, or in some cases broken.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm a perfect lap.
Yeah, Brazil,
Brazil,
Yeah,
yes,
for
yes,
sure.
yes. I still remember the first game that my dad brought me, though. The first console. It's not even a console. I don't know if Game Boy.
Yeah, the
Was that is that a
Nintendo.
console?
Yeah, oh yeah,
So I remember that in '04, he got me the
exactly.
Game Boy. I'm like, I was ecstatic. I
Yeah.
was like, I need that.
Oh, for
So
sure. Yeah, I had PS2.
yeah,
I had GameCube. I had everything. Yeah,
nice,
yeah,
nice.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, while we're on the topic of our parents and being Haitian, what does being Haitian mean to you personally?
Man, that's a good question, right? Because I'm thinking Haiti, right? So when thinking about Haiti, I'm thinking, resilience. So for me, I'll say, being courageous, right? Resilient, empathetic, right? Being loving as well. Because again, we are a people of, we find joy in anything, right?
Exactly.
We find happiness in anything. And to me, that's that story of resilience, courage, love, and happiness.
For
Right?
sure.
So I'm just wondering, what does being Haitian mean to you?
Okay. Resilience is definitely the word I'd like to use again. You know, resilience from our history, just being Haitian. Passion is a word I'll use. But I guess being Haitian in itself, definitely just an honor is what I'd use to describe it. We go through a lot, the
Yeah,
stereotypes and
yeah.
stuff, but in 1,000 lifetimes, I'd always want to be Haitian.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But now the thing is too, because you're born here, right, in the States. So
Yeah.
do you feel more Haitian or more American, right?
Surprisingly, I will say I feel more Haitian. I speak Creole every day. Granted, even though English is my native language, but I speak
Yes.
Creole every day. Only really listen to Haitian music. So
Okay.
I definitely feel more Haitian. Obviously, eat much more Haitian food than everything else. So
Oh man, you just hit something right now.
yeah, man.
Haitian food.
Of course, yeah.
Man, we gotta get into that.
Oh, for sure. No, for sure,
So
yeah.
so what would you say like is your favorite Haitian dish?
Oh, 100% griot.
Griot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, griot is fried pork, probably the most seasoned dish in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I can just eat it forever. Probably not a good thing to eat every day, right? But
Exactly, exactly.
it works.
Put
Yeah.
Creole and pickles, you had that
Oh
pickles
yeah,
on it?
for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Bun on
yeah.
all that. Yeah.
That's it, that's it. You know
Yeah.
what, talking about it, I might get some after this.
We could go get some. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
But I think me, I mean, for me, I'll probably say, um, man, the classic, the sauce pois légumes.
Yeah.
The sauce pois légumes. Yeah,
Okay.
let's have that, you know?
For sure. Yeah. Now for a while, so we really did just have it every day to the point where it was like, yo, I don't want
It's
to
too
have
much.
this anymore. Yeah. So, but it's like once you take time away from eating Haitian food, that's when you want it more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then having the variety of being able to order whatever Haitian food you want, that's when I really just started to fall in love with griot again.
No, absolutely. Have you started like even trying cooking it or no?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
And result, how you rate
Yeah.
yourself versus your parents?
Yeah, nah, parents still got it, but we still working and trying, to get better for it. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yep.
So how has it been raised by Haitians parents in America? Right.
It affects everything.
Yeah.
From friends to careers to decision making and everything. With them being from Haiti, coming and migrating here is a big transition.
Yeah.
So they're only really taking what they know. And then for us being here and raised in America, we're seeing stuff that our friends get to do and ways of living that don't really coincide with what our parents do.
Yeah.
So then that kind of, not only does it build like a disconnect, but it's just like we're just bumping heads in a sense, So just, being raised by them, I had to do everything different.
Right.
I had to think about the decisions I was going to make because it could possibly get them upset or affect certain stuff like that. Even in careers, like I had to be very vigilant that I wasn't getting into a career that would get them upset or make them feel some type of way and stuff like that.
Man, I mean, I'm glad you said career because Haitian household, right? We normally have those big threes.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know what I'm talking about, right?
For sure, yeah.
So lawyers, right?
Yeah.
Doctor and
engineer,
right?
Yeah, it's actually funny you say that because so they wanted me to be a doctor. I used to take care of my uncle a lot, so being around
they saw the
meds and
doctor
stuff.
in you.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly,
you look like a doctor.
Exactly, but I wasn't trying to do school for that long. But I kind of had an interest in a lot of careers, but they kind of just like dubbed them in a sense. So like for example, I remember I always wanted to be like a detective or a cop.
Right.
And the first thing my dad said, "Oh, so you want to kill people, right?" And it's like, all right, so so that's cooked. I remember I eventually wanted to be a lawyer, and my dad was like, "Oh, so you want to lie for people?" And it's just like, you just can't win anything you want to get into, Eventually, it was athletics, and they were lenient with it. They just, for them, if they're not used to it, it's gonna seem foreign to them. So until you show them the success. Like if you go tell your parent that you want to be a YouTuber or a streamer, what are you talking about, right?
What is that?
But when you bring the success home,
Yeah.
I always knew you could, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just really showing them that there's much more into these three things that they just, categorize and sub it down to in a sense here.
Man, so question, I mean, what do you end up, going with at this point, right? So, and what are you trying to do now?
Yeah, so I'm in a variety of businesses. Right now, I work in the special needs industry. So I'm working with people with all types of different mental illnesses. So from autism, ADHD, Down syndrome.
Man, your parents, they're going to say you're a doctor, man. They're just going to say you're a doctor.
Exactly, yeah. So I work all around the state. I have different clients all over the state, just working on them, just helping them increase independence and, just being able to live by themselves and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, for sure. What do you do?
Man, so I mean, going back to what you were saying, right? So, my parents also, they had a dream. For me, they say, okay, you're gonna be a doctor, right? So I started with medical school in Haiti.
Yeah.
And then I came to the States after that.
Okay.
Right. But yeah, that didn't work out. Once I failed Chem 2, I was like, yep.
Wow.
This is this is not for me, I mean, I didn't fail really, but I got a C. I'm like, yeah, for me, that's failing.
Nah, for sure, yeah.
I was like, yep, nah, I'm out.
Okay.
But yeah, after that, I did engineering. So I went with industrial engineering.
Okay.
So, so far I've been working in warehousing sector, supply chain, distribution, and I like it. But I think ultimately I want to go to manufacturing.
Manufacturing.
Right.
Okay.
And reason why is because, I'm betting on building industries and manufacturing plants either in the Caribbean or Africa,
Okay.
right? So having, to me, that's like, having the background to be able
To expand,
to
yeah.
experience. And it's part of being Haitian as well, and seeing how I can be useful to the country and what we lack now,
For
and
sure.
how we can use that in the future. So
Exactly.
yeah, but it's a challenge, of course. I started with the doctor. I was like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
rethink that part.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely still was able to get into the big three
And the
engine.
threes, yeah, but as you said, right, he's as long as you can show the impact, right? Because at the end of the day, I think where it's come from is that they want you to be successful in a way, meaning that these three usually provide a safer route. That's what it is. That's what they know,
Exactly.
right? But as long as you can show that you've been impactful, right? You're useful to society. You're doing things that are meaningful. Then I think the buy-in should be okay.
For sure.
So.
Yeah, and I never fault them for that. Like you said, it's what they know, and it's what they know brings success. So it's like at times we get upset that our parents want us to
Yeah.
stay to these three industries, but
Yeah.
it's all they know. But like you said, being able to show them what success can come out of any industry and stuff
Yeah.
like that, for sure. Let me ask you a quick question. So, when you came to the States, you came with your parents
I came by myself first.
and by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my parents came afterwards.
Okay. How was that transition to the United States?
Man, that's a good question because that was a big transition, right? That was the first time in my life
Yeah.
I'm going to leave, with family besides my parents, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I came here again mostly to study, right? And then I remember when I was at the airport, I think my dad shook my hand, and he was like, "Be strong."
Yeah.
And I could see him cry in one eye. I'm like, whoa, that's weird, right?
You never see that.
I
Yeah.
never see that, right? But to me, that was a part where, I'm like, okay, this is real. It's happening right now. And coming here, I mean, learning to live without that comfort zone that you grew up with. For me, that was a big transition for sure, right? So doing things on my own a lot of times, making decisions on my own as well, right? Being able to be responsible and accountable for myself. That was a learning experience. I think it helps me grow as well and mature faster too.
For sure.
So yeah, that was definitely important. But I mean, as you mentioned too, with your family and everything, do you have siblings?
Yeah. So I have one older brother, one younger sister. We have a pretty good relationship. They say with siblings, they're like your built-in best friends and your built-in friends. So, growing up, everybody you have that part of life where you kind of hate your siblings. You don't want to be around them, but it's kind of what brings you closer. And especially being in a Haitian household, you got to work together. You have to be a team because if not, it's not gonna work. So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So with my siblings, we had to work as a team.
Yeah.
And in a sense, it was good because that's how we were able to get more vulnerable and closer to each other. So I say even today we have a good relationship. We can come to each other about anything, and we communicate. And that's the big thing when you talk about any relationship, just having open line of communication. So I think we have a pretty good flow as siblings. How about you guys and your siblings?
No, same, man. I think even growing up. So I mean, just for context, I have a brother and a little brother and my older sister.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, as you said, that you work together, but I'll say probably our dynamics is different though,
Aye.
right? Because my brother, I mean, growing up in Haiti, right? So we used to fight a lot. To us, that was like one of the ways that we just have fun and just like fight.
Exactly, yeah.
It was a thing. Like we was like, yo, hey, it was like, yo, what you doing? Let's just go fight real quick. and now that we adults now, he's in his relationship and things like that, and I still respect him, for the man he is. So we still communicate, we still have fun, but it's we have different paths too, right? So I have to respect that as well.
For sure.
And my sister, I think I got closer to her as I was growing up, right? Because I think there might be something with women too. Like sometimes we can get more vulnerable, right? With women, we can share more of ourselves, and I think as men, which is something we need to work on, right?
Exactly.
We tend to maybe be more reserved on certain things. So yeah, that's our dynamics. I mean, we still have love for each other, like, and I still value those relationships, but it's just a bit different, if that makes sense, right?
So when you came to the States, they came with you?
No. My sister was already here. My brother came afterwards.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So did you guys share a lot of memories in Haiti, or?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah. And as you said, I'm trying to go back to those some of those
thinking about
memories.
some of those favorite memories. Yeah,
Yeah, I think as I mentioned, fighting my brother was a thing.
yeah.
But one memory in particular for me was whenever we had time to go to the countryside, right?
Okay.
Because I lived in Port-au-Prince and in the capital, right?
Where is the countryside? Like, what area of
So
Haiti
I
is that?
mean, for me it was Miragwan, well, Fontenay area. That's where my
Okay,
mom is
for
from,
the neck, yeah.
and my dad is from Okai.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if you heard those
Oh,
names
yeah.
before.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Kai, right? I went to Fontenay for one of those summers,
Okay.
right? I think my mom, my brothers, my sister, everybody else, right? We just go, and that was also with my cousin, my uncle. So that was a great memory for me because normally we don't get to do that often, right? Just to go and to see the landscape, to see, where my grandpa lived, right? Just waking up in the morning and smelling the fresh air.
Yeah,
Oh man, like the coffee, the tea, like the
yeah.
one thing is like the food is different
Oh, yeah.
in Haiti, right? And that's one thing. I mean, if you haven't been to Haiti, I highly recommend is that testing the food and comparing it to the States,
Uh-huh.
right? So yeah, just being there in the countryside and going to the river and playing soccer, with random people in the street, right? I think you can't beat it, man. You can't beat it.
Oh, for sure.
But have you ever been though?
Nah, actually. So,
Yeah.
so as you're saying, I'm getting upset. It's like,
Yeah.
dang, I want to experience that. So, I was supposed to go in the 2010s when my grandmother passed away, but trying to expedite the passport and something
Gotcha.
unexpected,
So
it
RIP,
was
man.
hard.
Yeah.
And then when we got to the age to finally start going, you see how Haiti is
Yeah.
now. It's not the
Yeah.
safest. And I can go to Haiti right now. I know how to get to Haiti, and
Yeah.
they started flights back up, but don't want to raise my parents' blood pressure and
The
stuff like
blood
that
pressure,
with them
yeah, that's
just
the thing.
going crazy. But I
Yeah.
definitely do plan to go. I mean, all my siblings, we want to go to Haiti for sure. But
Yeah.
just to see,
Just trying to see exactly, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, one thing I'll say, Haiti, it's I know a lot of people have this mentality about Haiti just being the capital, the Port-au-Prince.
Exactly.
So to me, I think it's more, as you mentioned, the countryside, right? So we still have bits and pieces where people are still living, functioning, and doing things. So I still get a chance to whenever I go online and see, okay, where are those parts that are still active, right?
Yeah,
I know
for sure.
Cap-Haitian is booming. I mean, maybe a little bit too much because there's a lot of people going
Yeah,
there right
everybody's
now.
going to cruises and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay,
But there's a
yeah,
lot of different areas that people are involved in, which is good. So,
sure.
and that's one thing again with my siblings too. Even growing up, right? So we're still trying to plan where we're gonna go back to, right? And where can we maybe invest or where can we do things and I'm talking about investment is just how can we work together to help the country in our own way,
For sure.
right? And you might ask me, how I'm gonna do that, but for us, it looks a bit different, or it may be different than other people because we have a business together, right? We have a coffee company.
Okay.
Shout out to Caribou, right? So Caribou, the idea was like my sister had an idea of how do we sell Haitian coffee to the world, right? And my uncle back in the day, he still is a very, he's a coffee enthusiast, right? And we're just starting to see how can we source it from the farmers, and and it's just starting from there, right? Starting sourcing it by small batches, right?
Okay.
And then packaging it and shipping it to the different states in the U.S. So we started from there, and then where we got a big breakthrough, I'll probably say, right? COVID happened, 2019, around there, right?
Yep.
So people were at home, and really, they were trying to see, okay, how can we get those products? Because you can't go to the store and just do
Exactly,
different
yeah.
things. So we were really focusing online, and our online platform really blew up then, right? So we started online marketing around with COVID.
Okay.
And then the rest is just history, right? So
Sure.
people just caught on to it. They love the story about my sister, me, my brother, like just Haitian young folks doing things. And then we just started from there, and now that we've been in business, I think for over 7 years almost now.
Okay.
And then we opened a coffee shop in Newark as well.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we trying different things and
Yeah.
and keep it pushing. So I think
Yeah.
that's one way we can work together, like siblings, and doing
Exactly.
business and
Yeah, that's inspiring. You know,
Yeah,
just bringing the Haitian culture to the States.
yeah,
And yeah, like you said, making it with your siblings. You know, they say like don't do business with family and stuff like that, but living testimony to it. So I
yeah,
respect it.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I think it goes back. That's a testament to our relationship as well, right? So
exactly.
I think as you can see who you're dealing with. So if you know that you have a good relationship with them,
Hmm.
so that can be actually be a plus.
For sure.
Right? So you can go both ways. But to me, I always would invite somebody to, you know, see the resources that you have around you.
Hmm.
Right? It doesn't necessarily have to be your siblings, but it can be your friends or whatever that is, and then we can use those resources for something bigger.
For good. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Are you thinking about any business,
Uh huh.
long term, short term, or
Yeah, definitely everything is just in the just
yeah,
I'm just thinking about everything.
yeah, yeah,
Specifically though, just expanding athletics in Haiti.
hmm
Not even just Haiti. When you look at all these other countries and they're limited, but seeing the potential that these kids have because you
yeah,
know, they're eating organic stuff, they're growing, they're good, they can
hmm
move. So just seeing how we can expand athletics there. And then just you know focusing on mental health, people with the
yep,
special needs, because you know growing up
hmm
or at least back then,
yeah,
people that have special needs, autism and stuff like that, they didn't Haitians didn't know what that was, or they didn't
yeah,
want to be accepting of it. They
got
would
you,
just, you know, timunsa fu, teti
exactly,
pala, you know, and because they didn't want to accept it, they never really looked deep into it.
yeah,
So, you know, definitely just making them more aware and just educating them on
hmm
what it is now, you know, like I said, like we touched on earlier, like they know what they know,
yes,
but there's so much more than to what you know. And I think
absolutely.
that's what we need to get to make sure that these next generations of Haitians, you know, can just continue to succeed, you know.
Absolutely,
For sure.
absolutely. I think the Haitian experience in itself it's a beautiful thing,
Oh yeah, for sure.
right? I mean, we have a lot of sayings, we have a lot of things that we adhere to, right? And one of those, I guess, slogan that we say is "Petit c'est bien malheureux."
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever heard that one.
Nah, for sure, yeah. It's
Yeah,
what Haitian proverb,
Haitian proverb,
very
right?
famous one, yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Uh,
Um,
how would you describe that for yourself, right?
so when I think of that specific proverb, PTT bien madre, I kind of think of it in two ways. Firstly, I kind of bring a business aspect of it.
Yeah.
Let me see if you can capture it like this. So I kind of think of it as our kids are ROI. So ROI meaning our return on investment, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So for a Haitian, you know, you're in a country that's struggling, obviously
Mm-hmm.
not by choice, but you bring this kid into the world thinking that they're gonna be the ones that take us out of this poverty, that
Yeah.
take us out of what we're in, you know. Well, sortir situation, one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, I'm bringing you here expecting you to, you know, break this generational curse, break
Yeah.
this poverty line and stuff like that. But then I also see it as the joy, right?
Mm.
So being Haitian, granted I can't speak much because I've never been to Haiti, but
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely attest that being Haitian is hard. So being in Haiti in a state that's not the best
Mm-hmm.
as it pertains to resources, you're going through a tough time.
Yeah.
So, you know, being able to try to support for your kids and you're not trying to show them that side where your emotions are, you know, not in the best state,
Yeah.
it could bring a lot of stress and just a lot of emotions. But when you see your kids, it brings that joy, it
That
brings that
joy.
motivation and stuff like that. How would you
Yeah.
interpret that proverb?
I mean, I dare with you too. I mean, I can relate to what you say. So I think to me, it's true that kids should definitely be a blessing. To me, that's how I look at it.
Yep.
Like kids are a blessing, right?
Yep.
I think my mom said something the other day. She was like, "I wish I had more kids," because she's seeing that how that we all play a different role in her life.
Exactly.
Maybe she wanted to go to the hospital. She can call somebody, right? She can call me. She can call my brother, right? She needs something done, right? Everybody does something different.
Yep.
And I think that's how you can kind of relate that proverb, because now that you're not able to work or whatever that is, then your kids hopefully can help you go through some things, and that's where maybe parents are pushing us to do things and different careers that are
Hmm.
that for them is associated with success.
Exactly.
Um, but one thing I wanted to ask you,
Hmm.
because given living here, right? How does maybe being Haitian or Haitian American here relate to success, right? So is it harder to be successful
Hmm.
as a Haitian American here, or how can we? What do we say is your point of view on that subject?
Okay. Um, So I definitely do think it's difficult to be successful as a Haitian American. You have parents migrating to a country that they know nothing about, so already limited in that regard. So for us, you know, we feel, I guess, behind, or since we're limited, we can't really get to where we want to be because of that lack of knowledge and stuff like that. But we use it as motivation,
Gotcha.
we use it as motivation to get to where we want to be. We're not letting the past take over the present or the future. So although we may be limited from our parents because they're not aware of where they are, we use it as motivation. So
Yeah.
we're first generation. We know the U.S. a little more than them, so
Yep. Yep.
we're finding a way to make the most out of it and use it to the most of it's most of
Yeah.
it. Yep.
And I think too is just the immigrant story, right?
Yep.
Because I think one thing I've realized just living in the States for over 15 years, right, is just thinking about the immigrant story sometimes is different. Is so you come to a country, and I'm mostly speaking about somebody who was born in Haiti and came here, right? I've seen a lot of people who use that as fuel, right?
Yep.
To achieve whatever it is that they need to achieve, right? Because you've seen the other side, you've seen the lack,
Exactly.
right? And then now you come here, you see opportunities at any corner. And I think to me that's one way I would see it because as Haitian, was born in Haiti and come here, then you can really pinpoint the different things that you can grab onto and propose you to the next steps, right?
Sure.
Whether it is education, whether it is healthcare, whether it is the access to knowledge, education, right? Whatever that looks like, opportunities, access to funding, right? That's big,
Yeah.
right? So
For sure.
all of that stuff. So I think that's definitely something we can see as immigrants or people who was born in Haiti, and then we use those things as fuel to take us
sure.
to the next level.
And as you touch on that, I start to think of. So I did have a couple cousins come to the States through Biden immigration, and just seeing their motivation and the way that they are in the States now that they have more resources, makes me respect them a little more.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get into all the stereotypes that they say
Yeah.
about our immigrants or people coming from Haiti that they may not know stuff. They're uneducated, but
Yeah.
they surprise me, and I'm proud of them. Like one of my
Shout out
cousins.
to those cousins.
Nah, for sure. Shout out Wesley, one of my cousins. So we live in a world like, people complain about working an 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
He'll work 8 hours and call me, I want to work more, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're only going to get that from someone coming from Haiti. Like, we really work hard. Like,
Yeah.
this is what it means to be Haitian.
Yeah.
So it's like, despite what the world is saying about Haiti right now, like, eventually you're going to come to understand that, like, we need to be respected.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you mentioned something about stereotype too, right?
for sure.
I know that there's a lot of stereotype. Let's talk mostly about Haitian men,
Yeah.
right? How does one stereotype is like Haitian men is that Haitian men are not faithful or are
They call us
womanizers,
players, yeah.
players.
Sure.
What is your point on that one?
Yeah.
Haitian men don't cheat, by the way.
Exactly. Yeah. We do not cheat. Wow. So, like you said, we don't cheat. We're loyal. I think some of our traits is what makes women, maybe like scared or like hesitant. So we're charismatic, we're confident.
Yeah.
So some of the traits that we may express to them, they may think that we express that to other people. But these are all like, they're just things you're thinking. We're not saying it's valid unless you have like pure experience in that. But yeah, we're not players,
Yeah. And absolutely. I mean, I think too, is just I'm thinking, trying to think a bit deeper. Like, where does that come from, right? So to me, I think when we love, like we love deep,
For
right?
sure. Very
And
deep,
there's
yeah.
one thing I came here and I was trying to understand. There's something about some people say love bombing or whatever that is.
Exactly.
But to a Haitian man growing up in Haiti, right? That's the only way you really know how to share your love or express your love to somebody.
Exactly.
Like, you're not gonna go halfway.
100%.
Like a Haitian man, you're gonna go all in or nothing,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes that scares some people, right? But I think to me is that we love deep, we care about the people that we love, and to me that's definitely a part of it. Also, I mean, thinking about again our cultures, like we playful, as you mentioned, we charismatic, right? So music, compa,
Oh,
right?
boy. Yeah, for sure.
So
And I think a lot of that stems from just our household to begin with. So you know, I won't say there's a lack of love, but maybe like a lack of expression.
Yeah.
So when we get the opportunity to express that love to someone else, like you said, of course we're going all out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they like to say like Haitian men, they'll tell a girl they love them on the first
On
day
the
and that
first
you're gonna
date.
be my wife and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's showing intentionality. That's showing that you're truly
Mm-hmm.
for them. So
Yeah.
I think all these stereotypes of players and
Mm-hmm.
womanizers and stuff like that. Where does it stem from? We definitely could say like social media.
Mm-hmm.
We could say some experiences that some women have had, but
Yeah.
just because you had experience with one, you can't use that to
We can
classify
generalize
us.
absolutely. I
Exactly.
think to me the problem is the generalization, right?
Exactly.
We can't just generalize everybody into one bucket. Of course, there's gonna be bad apples, but it's not
Exactly. It
the
doesn't
whole
affect
picture.
the whole bunch, yeah, for sure. So I think we just have to be vigilant. Although you may have one bad experience, don't let that speak for us all.
Yeah,
And just come experience what real Haitian men can bring to the table.
absolutely.
For sure, yeah. So as we look into all these stereotypes that they're making about us Haitian men, calling us
Mm-hmm.
players and womanizers and stuff, I think we have to remember that, we are Christian men.
True.
So our loyalty is to God.
Yeah.
And it makes me even think of Genesis with Joseph and I said Joseph, Potiphar's wife and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. The verse says, "How then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?"
Yeah.
Us Haitian men, we're really loyal, so we're not gonna go cheating and doing all these stuff. Like
Yeah.
we bring that loyalty to the table.
Absolutely. I think one thing for you to, I mean, as you're talking about this, I'm thinking is, the question is, does he love God more than you?
Exactly.
Right? If he does love God more than you, then you're good.
Exactly.
Right? So I think that's the way it is. That's a key factor just to take into account in a relationship, right? Because if I'm trusting God, if I'm loving God, if I'm faithful to God, right, then how come I cannot be faithful in my relationship, right? It doesn't translate. So
Exactly.
to me, that's how it is, and that's the lens I have as a Christian man, and Haitian Christian man as well, right? So I think love God more.
For sure.
Yeah.
And discernment and everything. So you'll be able to tell
Yeah.
who's a right good Haitian man for you. But let me ask you a question. So I want you to think 10 years ago.
Hmm.
What's the advice you're giving to a Haitian man in their 20s or someone who has come to the United States? What's some advice you're giving to them with what you know now?
Invest in Bitcoin. Man, that's a good question, right? So I say, just be curious, right? Be curious and learn from different things and different people, right? Because I think a lot of the time we have like tunnel vision, and it can be good, but it can also be a bad thing, right? If you're curious and for example, me, I'm talking about on the business lens right now, right? Trying to see, what are the different opportunities that are out there, right? What is needed in the market for me, right? I'm thinking about projecting myself 10, 15 years from now. Will the market still need certain things, right?
Yeah.
So I think, be curious and be open to learn and ask questions, right? You're not gonna know
Yes.
everything.
Exactly. And
But
we
I
have to
say
be
so many
comfortable doing
times,
that.
right?
Yeah.
We are like scared to be vulnerable and ask questions, but that's how you learn,
Exactly.
right? Ask question and be curious, and you'll be good,
I respect
right?
that.
And I'll probably ask
Yeah.
you the same thing too, right? So
Yeah.
what will you do differently in
Yeah.
10 years from
So
now?
if I'm giving advice to someone my age navigating their 20s, two things. So obviously I have to say it, put God first, but I mean it like in a real way. Putting God first so that He can really direct your path. So that in your 20s, you're trying to find out who you are, what career am I getting into, who's for me, who's my friends, right? As we have that deep relationship with God, His will start to, you'll start to see what His will for you,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
therefore you'll have better discernment, and you'll be able to make these decisions. And then secondly, I think just always keeping in the back of your mind, like, I have to make my family proud. Not only does this motivate you,
yeah,
but it makes you vigilant on the things that you do. So I hate to like bring it to a dark topic, but if you think about criminals or people who've made bad decisions,
right.
we must ask them, did we think before we did? Right? Did we think before we made this decision? So okay, if I go make a bad decision that could possibly affect me and my family, right? I should really think to myself, okay, is this really just hurting me or is it hurting my family as well?
Yeah.
Our parents came to the United States. They already struggled, the language barrier, trying to find opportunities. So how then could I just, do something so wicked to them, right?
Yeah.
And as we touched earlier on that petit c'est bien malheureux, right? I'm that ROI. I'm that return on investment.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess that up, you know? So
Absolutely.
just really just making your parents proud. If you keep that in the back of your mind, it'll motivate you daily. It'll make you want to get up daily. And it'll just change your whole perspective of how you attack life. Yes, life is hard as being a man, a Haitian man. And having that in the back of your mind, for me, has really helped me. And it's helping me now.
Yep.
And yeah,
That's it. That's
sure,
it.
yeah.
That's it. I mean, just quickly piggybacking on what you said about God, and I'll say, just trust God more.
Exactly.
I'll probably add that for myself 10 years from now, right? Because
exactly.
He has never failed me. Now I'm looking back, and I'm like, I see the journey I've come through, right? And He's never failed me.
For sure.
So trust Him more.
Exactly, yep.
Thank you guys for watching.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow for more.